have you all here this morning. Your joy and energy bring so much joy to this exciting kickoff event. We're delighted to be with so many individuals who are working together to further the inclusion revolution and promote the acceptance of all people. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Gary Weldon. I'm the president of the Lakeway Police Foundation. I've been the president since January of 2023. I've been in the organization for about 4 years. It's dear to my heart, and trying to give back to the first responders in our community, and that's pretty much why I joined when I was asked. I'm a graduate of Georgia Tech, attended SMU in Dallas, and I spent 30 years with United Technologies with the Otis Elevator Division. Interestingly, United Technologies was a international sponsor for the Special Olympics when I worked for them in the Dallas area. And on one day I was just telling Tim here that we hosted the bowling event. All of our employees, about 70 of them, worked with the Special Olympics bowling all day. So it was truly a fulfilling event, and I remember that. Not only am I on the Lakeway Police Foundation, I was president of Lake Travis Lakeway Rotary Club. I'm now treasurer of the Rotary Foundation, which gives funds for different projects. We do the car raffle, some of you have seen out there. I'm the chair of the Hills Park Commission right here outside of Lakeway. But I've really enjoyed the association with the Lakeway Police Foundation. And I just want to recognize I have several members of the Lakeway Police Foundation here with us right now. Lynn Lawler, if you want to raise your hand, Gail Arn, and Christopher Levy, somewhere out here. So that's a little bit about myself. But in retirement, I enjoy being part and doing things and giving back to the community. So without further ado, I'd like to get started by welcoming the CEO of the Special Olympics to the stage, Mr. Tim Martin.
Well, thank you so much. This has truly become an amazing event. And not only, as I was talking to the mayor this morning, this event has started a movement throughout Texas of cities wanting to support Special Olympics and bring that awareness and alignment to their cities as well, and making sure that the athletes are celebrated. Because if you haven't had a chance to meet the Special Olympic athlete, they truly will change your life. So many people want to focus on one's abilities, but more they focus on the disability of an individual. The reality is, our athletes have the ability to change the human spirit. I don't have that ability. Most of us don't. Our athletes are here as blessings, and it's a chance for us to be around them, see who they are, make us live our lives in a more productive way, and in a way where we look at the perspective that life is joyous. And with that, with our athletes, we're so blessed as we move forward. But this event is, as I said, it started a movement, but it does more than that. So Winter Games, February 16th through the 18th, is a powerful event that comes together. Not to mention it started floorball 3 years ago for the first time, and we actually have a team representing Texas at the World Games in Italy in floorball, representing the United States. That's really cool to see something grow from your community, and those individuals are going to represent the United States in Italy. So that's a huge point for us. We also have our leadership conference 2 days prior to those games. And this is the leaders, our athlete leaders, our community leaders, our law enforcement torch run leaders. They come together from all around the state of Texas to celebrate the Special Olympics, but share ideas and how do we grow the opportunities for our athletes. And it really has become a magnet, and the home of Special Olympics here in Texas became in Lakeway. Now Lakeway, their level of support has grown tremendously over the years, and we can't tell you how much they want to have us and are welcoming to us. Bee Cave as well, but it's tremendous the support this community pushes forward, and we want to say thank you again. So how about a big hand for the city of Lakeway and Gary, thank you for emceeing today. Our Lakeway Resort and Spa, this gives a perspective to our volunteers, our leaders, our athletes, that they get the best. And that's something when I came to Texas, I wanted to make sure our athletes always had that major league experience. We were talking earlier, and with Canes and other great sponsors and Coca-Cola that come in and get involved with Special Olympics, One of the stories from my past is I grew up very, very poor, and I had a sports background, but when I ran out on a field, I didn't ever think somebody wanted to support me. And when I didn't see the fans. I saw a Ford sign and I saw a McDonald's sign. But I don't think you realize, to our athletes, when they have a chance to attach to the community, it's something bigger. It's a sign of acceptance. That means so much to our athletes. So when you see our partners that come forward for this event, know that you're telling our athletes, we love you, you're welcome here, but more importantly, you're a spotlight that really shines for everybody in that community. So thank you so much for doing that. With that being said, I want to take a minute to thank our sponsors. Of course, the City of Lakeway and the City of Bee Cave. WellPoint, they're a huge sponsor of our fundamentals. If you've not had a chance to come and see our fundamentals, those are for our most profoundly challenged athletes, and it's probably one of the most moving experiences you'll have in your life. So Raising Cane's, welcome. They will be providing opening ceremony meals, and we know they're going to become addicted. As a matter of fact, we put it on the back of our t-shirts. So welcome. Good luck getting out. It's kind of like the mafia. Driscoll Health Systems, Covert of Bee Cave, Lakeway Police Foundation, ACES, and the Hill Country Galleria. Thank you so much for welcoming us to this community, our local supporters. Statewide, we have the Law Enforcement Torch Run, our heroes, our athletes' heroes. I'm blessed. I have a son who is a law enforcement officer in Arizona, and he became that because of the Law Enforcement Torch Run. These individuals that represent law enforcement showed him that compassion, that willingness to give back. So it's very personal to me as well. Toyota, City of Richardson Corporate Challenge, Coca-Cola Southwest Beverage, WellPoint, the Christy Stanley Foundation, Texas Roadhouse, Dick's Sporting Goods, HEB Tournament of Champions. This is my NASCAR moment, so hang with me. And it says right here, list continued on back. That's always good news. Orange Theory Fitness, Knights of Columbus, Waterfleet, and Top Golf. All I can say is thank you all for making opportunities come true for our athletes, and thank you for having us back in Lakeway and Bee Cave. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim. Your commitment to our athletes shines through and is so inspiring. Next to the stage, we'd like to bring Tom Kilgore, the mayor of Lakeway.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you, Tim. Today is Tuesday, January 9th, and this is Law Enforcement Officer Appreciation Day. So let's start first by thanking all of our law enforcement officers for their particular devotion to this cause. So thank you very much. I get to represent the city of Lakeway as your mayor. I'm joined here today by two city council members, Councilmember Brittenson and Councilmember Vance. We are delighted to be able to support and honor the Special Olympics and bring them to our city. Of all of the initiatives that I have had the privilege of doing over the last 2.5 years, the initiative to get Special Olympics to our community is the one I believe I am most proud of. We did not have this prior. And this organization reached out, and our city and our city councils have for now 3 years voted to support these games and host them and bring them here. And we have demonstrated our financial support as well as the support of our residents. So on behalf of the more than 20,000 residents of the city of Lakeway, who will become part of the thousands of volunteers who make this games work, you don't have to scrounge for volunteers in these communities. They come flying at you. That's one of the things that is the hallmark of our great little Central Texas town. So on behalf of all of those human beings and 38% of Lake Travis, I welcome you to the city of Lakeway, to the games. This is our 3rd year. We are just toddlers in this. I really hope that this initiative continues for many more years, and I'm glad to have provoked other municipalities to reach out to try to have the same initiative, because it's not just about the games and about our city, it's about the interaction of our residents with these athletes. And once you have that experience, you will never want to walk away from that initiative. So that's why you continually see the law enforcement officers return. It's why they're committed to the organization. It's why our city council is committed to it. It's why I'm committed to it, and why our residents are here. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for joining us today to celebrate the movement toward inclusion. We can't wait to bring this wonderful event once again to your community. Now, normally we were going to have Kara King, the mayor at Bee Cave, but she could not make it today, so we appreciate her effort. It was unscheduled, but I know she's very committed to this effort, and you'll be seeing her around when it comes to the Special Olympics here in February. At this time, I'd like you to please help me welcome the Lakeway Chief of Police, Glenn Cohn.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for having me. Over 50 years ago, a very special partnership was born between law enforcement and Special Olympics. And since that time, millions of hours have been volunteered by officers across the country and indeed across the world. And those officers have helped raise millions of dollars in support of Special Olympics to help empower athletes and help them overcome and achieve. And I'm proud to be a part of that. I'm thankful to be in a community that supports an organization like this and athletes like this. It's something inspiring to be a part of. In law enforcement, we deal with problems every day. You know, when you come to work, you're going to be dealing with somebody's problem. So it's refreshing and inspiring to interact with people that are overcoming whatever their challenges might be. They're succeeding in life, and they're succeeding through competition, and they're happy. And they're making it happen. And that's something that is empowering and inspiring to law enforcement officers when they're having a down day, to be able to be a part of something like that. So in my time here in Lakeway, our officers have volunteered their time and done polar plunges. Our officers have participated in torch runs. I'm going to brag on Lakeway for a moment. We are a medium-sized Texas agency, but in the capital area torch run last year, we had about as much representation as the Austin Police Department. Our folks are all in to helping this organization and supporting these athletes. We've participated in Tip-A-Cops. There again, regional Tip-A-Cop effort. Lakeway by far had the most representatives at our location. So we're going to continue to do everything we can to make sure these athletes have an opportunity to maximize their potential and experience success in life. So. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of that. And tell someone you know who hasn't yet joined us. Have them come out and watch the athletes compete at the Winter Games and just be a part of the experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next up is the police chief from Bee Cave, Mr. Jones, Brian Jones.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. On behalf of Mayor King, she apologizes for her absence today as she's hosting her quarterly business roundtable that was previously scheduled. But she wanted me to convey the fact that she is incredibly committed to this partnership with the City of Bee Cave and Special Olympics, not only financially, but also the support that the community gives. And she wanted me to say that the city would do everything in its power to get the community support for volunteers and for people to come out and watch these games, for these gifted athletes who are just so special to us and to this area. And personally, I'd like to say that in 27 years of law enforcement experience, this is my absolutely favorite #1 thing to be a part of. The last few years that we've had this commitment with Lakeway, Bee Cave, and Special Olympics has just been so incredibly awesome. Mayor Kilgore talked about it a little bit. The amount of support that these two communities shows to Special Olympics is just second to none, I think. And I believe that Special Olympics would feel the same way. And I really look forward to the continued partnership, and hopefully it lasts for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Cohn and Chief Jones, for all the work you do to keep our communities safe. Our partnership with law enforcement is incredibly important to the Special Olympics mission, and we're so appreciative of your support. Last but certainly not least, we have the pleasure of hearing from a Special Olympics Texas athlete, Nick Rodriguez. As part of the Global Messenger program, Nick serves as a role model and leader both on and off the field. Competing in many sports, Nick's hard work has certainly paid off. I heard he had a deadlift max of 400 pounds at the 2023 Area 13 powerlifting competition. I would now like to invite Nick to the stage to share his experiences with the Special Olympics Texas and what inclusion means to him. Let's all give a warm welcome to Nick Rodriguez.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nick Rodriguez. I train out of Dripping Springs, YMCA. I've been in Special Olympics for 14 years, and next month be my 3rd year of doing state powerlifting, and I'm so honored and blessed to be a part of this event. Special Olympics to me is like a big family, and I'm so thankful and blessed to have all of my family, and I just can't wait to see what this journey have for me in the next few years. And thank you for having me this morning, and see everyone next month. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick. Inclusion impacts not only Texas, not only the nation, but the Special Olympics movement globally. And hearing directly from you, Nick, about how it has impacted your life is invaluable. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I would now like to welcome the sports director and sports anchor at KVUE, Jeff Jones, to the stage. Jeff?
Thank you, sir. I hope I wasn't distracting y'all too much running around and shooting video of this, but I was doing my job. As you said, I'm Jeff Jones. I'm the sports director and sports anchor at KVU. What that means is I get to watch the Longhorns, Cowboys, and really any other sport with a local tie. And I get to hop on TV at 6 and 10 and tell people what I saw. So tonight, one of our stories will be about this event. And that's because this event is awesome, and that's also because this event is really near and dear to my heart. Tim and I were talking a moment ago about my first introduction into Special Olympics of Texas. It was back in 2019 at an event called Breakfast with Champions. And since then, I've done feature stories on a lot of our Special Olympics athletes, and athletes like Reagan, Benji, Sam. They'll just always be in the front of my mind. And so far today, we've talked about some things that are really critical to this organization. We've talked about inclusion. We've talked about the emotional impact that this organization and these athletes can have. But something else I want to highlight is just how talented of athletes we have. We just heard about an athlete who can deadlift 400, is that right? All right, what's the next goal, 430? 500 is the next goal. So we have athletes who are strong in the weight room and strong at goal setting. I was at a powerlifting practice a few months ago for the Leander Lasers, and they had a young man who could squat over 350 and bench press over 200. I cover Texas high school football, and I can take you to multiple high school practices right now where they have starting athletes who can't do those numbers. Like, we have incredible athletes in this organization, and we got to celebrate that as well. And when you think about the talented athletes, sometimes you wonder what's going through their heads before and during competition. And I think for some of the athletes in this organization, what's going through their mind is something called the athlete's oath. And right now, Wes Darnell will help share that athlete's oath with us.
Good morning, my name is Wes. Let me win, but I cannot win. Let me be brave in the attempt. Thank you again, Tim and everybody. Love you.
Thank you, Wes, for leading us all in the athlete oath. You know, in 2023, over 3,000 volunteers helped make the Winter Games possible. For more information about volunteering for the 2024 Special Olympics Texas Winter Games, please visit www.sotx.org. Before we go, we'd like to invite Chief Glenn Cohn and Special Olympics Texas athlete Nick Rodriguez to present the Flame of Hope to kick off this Winter Games 2024 celebration.